Hello and welcome to episode 21 of Battlefield 4 News, and this is rapidly becoming a daily programme. So today DICE have released some more information about upcoming tweaks and balances, this time for soldier weapons and pistols. Now again, these are quite wordy, so I'm not going to read through it all. I'm going to give you what the highlights are. So we're starting with DMRs, which is an update we've known is coming for a while, and they're increasing the damage at range. So DMRs will be a guaranteed 3-hit kill if the opponent hasn't running the defensive perk. They're also reducing the accuracy penalty for firing a DMR quick. So now you should be able to fire off those 3 shots to kill a lot faster. They're also going to be changing the weapons differently, so they're going to give DMRs more of a role. So some of them are going to be long range DMRs and some of them are going to be shorter range but faster firing DMRs. Next is pump action shotguns, and effectively they're doubling the accuracy of all pump action shotguns because you can't fit grips or attachments to help the accuracy out. So this is to make slugs more viable at medium and close ranges. They are nerfing the long range damage of the MTAR, which is a good thing because this is supposed to be a close range fast firing weapon, but it's also been doing quite well at longer ranges. They're changing the penalty for transferring from hip fire to aimed fire. Currently, if you start firing a hip fire and then start aiming, you still keep your hip fire accuracy penalty. In future, when you transfer from hip firing to aim fire, you will get that gun's worst aim fire accuracy penalty. So you're still going to be better off just letting off the trigger a little bit when you transfer from hip fire to aim fire. They're giving the heavy barrel a reduced accuracy bonus when you're moving, so this means it's going to be more utilitarian. At the moment it only works when you're standing still, but now you'll get some accuracy bonus while moving. And they're fixing the synchronization between aiming down sights with a sniper rifle and its ability to fire at full accuracy. At the moment, if you aim down sights and you start firing when the sights level out, there's a slight delay before you get full accuracy and the shot will go off as if you're unaimed. Now you're still going to have to go through the animation for the sight to vertical out and become stable, otherwise you're still going to get the accuracy penalty, so you still can't quickscope. They're buffing the M1911 because it was almost identical to the Compact 45, but the Compact 45 held more ammunition. Now they're making the M1911 more accurate when you're aiming, so that will differentiate the two guns and give them a slightly different role. They're increasing the close range damage on the M1911, the QSZ-92, the FN-57, the CZ-75 and the Compact 45. This is so it will ignore the defensive perk at close range. They're also increasing the long range damage of the FN-57 and the QSZ-92. So both of these pistols have got long range and close range damage increases, and this is because they were both useless. Now they're both going to be able to go through body armour no matter what the range. And the last of the damage increases is the CZ-75, which has its long range damage raised, and this is basically to separate it from the other pistols that are all pretty much the same and make it a long range option. They're fixing the delay between hitting the mouse button and the Magnum and Rex firing. At the moment they've got a rather large delay. They're not removing it, they're just reducing it to represent that these are revolvers. They're giving the QSZ-92 20 rounds in its mag to separate it from the FN-57. So now the FN-57 will have the better damage profile, but the QSZ will have more rounds. And they're fixing an accuracy problem with the Compact 45. It always counted you as standing even if you were crouched or prone. You didn't get the accuracy bonuses. So what are these tweaks going to mean in game? I think you're going to see a lot more DMRs used, at least in the short term as people try them out, and particularly among the recon and engineers. Engineers will be able to stay away from getting too closely involved so they can use their missiles at a more sensible range. And the snipers are going to be more proactive because they're going to be able to get in closer. For the shotguns, I think you're going to see a lot of pump shotguns with slugs now because they're accurate enough to use them, and the semis will remain the buckshot sprayers. For sniper rifles, I think this scope fix is going to mean you're going to get hit a lot more at close range by snipers you surprise. So at the moment they're pretty much hip firing at you, and although you still can't quick scope, I think they've got a chance now of getting an accurate shot up at you. Pistol wise, I think you're going to see a lot more Magnums and Rexes because they're more playable now that the delay's been reduced. You know, the Magnum and the Rex were always long range pistols in BF3, but the delay meant that you were having to lead too much. I think you're going to see a lot more 1911 pistols with the scope on, because before it wasn't really viable because the scope showed you distances the 1911 wasn't accurate enough to hit. Now with its accuracy increase, you never know, it might be usable. But on the whole, I think people have a favourite pistol with all their gadgets on, and they'll mainly stick to that. Overall, I think these changes are good and should help the balance. There isn't one like with the vehicles where I thought, ooh, that's a bit odd, they should have done this. But overall, I think these are positive changes and should help the game balance. So this next piece isn't really Battlefield 4 news, but it does affect this news programme, and it's my continuing struggles with YouTube. Now if you look to the right hand side of episodes 20 and the edited episode 19, you'll see the little red exclamation mark. This means that I have to prove commercial rights for the content for monetization. I have submitted details of the content and have said that it's all screenshots or publicity images, and that I'm claiming it under fair use because this is a show that does criticism, comment and news. But I can't see what it is that they're questioning my commercial rights on. Everything is from publicly available forums, there's no video involved. So I've launched those appeals, and as you can see they now have question marks, which means they're under review. So it is a very confusing situation. I've put in there as well that I'd like some feedback as to what it is they're questioning my commercial rights over. But we'll see what happens. So that's it for this episode of Battlefield 4 News, and if things keep going the way they are, there'll be another one tomorrow. Thanks for watching.